A while back, I made a video discussing how I remade some of my older customs. I've gotten a lot better over time, and I figured it was about time to give the same treatment to some other more of my customs. After a quick disassembly and a bath, it was time for an upgrade. 98462 had the shoddiest paint job out of any of my customs, and his front running board was just filled in with a piece of paper. To fix this, I filled in the front with clay and wood filler. Once it was dried, all I needed was a smoother repaint with glue. Afterwards, he was finished off in his other colors, and after being fully painted, he was given all of his lining with paint pens. A clear coat and a final assembly later, and he was done. Glenn wasn't quite as simple as 98462, as he needed to be completely rebuilt from the ground up. Safe to say, I am not happy with his original build, it was just too basic and flimsy. So I retooled his base using cardboard and Legos were added for his front ends. Clay was then used to fill in the gaps and wood filler was used to smooth it out. Popsicle sticks were then cut down and glued on for the buffers, and his coffee pot boiler was made out of the cap of a candy tube, which was sanded smooth and built upon using clay. Paper clips were then added for handrails, and wood filler was applied to smooth the model out. The funnel was then crafted using a pencil, albeit a little too tall, and the chassis was built out of two front wheels of two Trackmaster 2 engines. Once the build was complete, it was time for his paint. After being painted in a stunning red, he was given boiler bands using some gold vinyl and a nameplate. After the clear coat, he was reassembled. And then the coffee pot was complete. Now Sunny, oh boy, Sunny was a completely different story. He tilted it up, his paint job and lining was bad, and he had dented his boiler. Just like Lynn, he was rebuilt from nearly the ground up, only using his running board and cap for a base point. Some cardstock and balsa wood was used to reshape the roof, with clay added to cover it up. More popsicle sticks were given to strengthen and smoothen out the running board, and the bunker was also cut down and reshaped. A candy tube was then cut down for the boiler, and wheel arches were additionally made. Wood filler was then coated to the model, and with a lot of repeated sanding, Sunny was then sanded smooth. The boiler was cut further and the smoke box was sculpted out of some air-dry clay. Some more wood filler was added and sanded, and the extra components were then glued down. Then it was time for the painting, first in blue and finished off in black and red. Paint pens were then used for lining, and his decals were printed and then applied. And after some final steps, Sunny was finally restored. And that's all. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.